Hey guys, welcome back to another plan with me. This week I'm planning from December 13th to the 19th, and I'm using this like retro, mid-century modern, very vibrant Christmas kit from Glam Planner. This is the mini kit, and I purchased this way after Christmas, like months and months, and this was just something she had left over, and I fell in love with it. But because it was like way past Christmas time, she didn't have any label samplers in stock, and I'm not even sure if she had any of her luxe kits in stock. I think it was just like the mini kit and nothing else. And when I purchased it, my plan was to just bring in a bunch of labels that I had left over from, other kits that I save. And my thought was, well, I originally intended on sprinkling labels that I was going to bring in and mixing them in with the labels that came with the kit, but I had a total brain fart and pretty much just used all the labels that came with the kit for like the first 3.5 days of the week, and then towards the end of the week I barely had anything left that came with the kit to work with. And unfortunately, all of the labels that I had in my stash were not exact matches. I couldn't find any of the colors that worked perfectly. Everything was slightly off. But I don't know how. Somehow I managed, in my opinion at least, to make this look really cohesive. I'm so happy with it, because even though the colors towards the end of the week don't match perfectly, at least in person, it's incredibly cohesive. It just flows really nicely, and I can't really tell that I pulled in a bunch of random stickers to finish the spread. But anyway, moving on with the actual plans for this week. My bad luck and my bad month definitely continued into this week, and not in a funny way at all. Like, some of the things that happened last week were kind of funny, like having to eat in the rain, or, having to get my toilet fixed last minute before having a party. That stuff is sort of like funny. Or like my, what else happened? Oh, and like Quizzo being canceled, just like dumb stuff like that. But this week was actually terrible. This was possibly the worst week of December. I had a hard time with my cat. I was really worried that she was going to have some health issues. And then also my car was broken into. So it was just like a mix of that. Even though my sleep schedule had already been bad, it got 10 times worse this week because I was up worrying about my cat a lot. So like, this is where everything went to complete and utter garbage. But anyway, starting with the sidebar, the first thing I marked was that Janet scared me. I was just so worried about her. I cried so much this week. And then under that, I marked that my car was broken into. So there you go. Those were like the two major things. It completely took over my entire week. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump into the day by day, starting with Monday. The first thing I marked with this label and this munchkin surrounded by papers was that work was really, really stressful this day. Under that, with this pumpkin paper Coterra having a fit, I marked that I just really didn't want to deal with anything. I didn't want to answer any text messages, anything, like look at my emails. I just really wanted to hide. Then under that, with another squared off box and this t-shirt that I had left over from some kit, I marked that I realized my crazy friend from my previous plan with me went home in the shirt that she lent me. So I needed to get that back from her somehow, and I needed to message her about that. Under that, with a little thing and this munchkin inside of a gift box, I marked that I wrapped some Christmas gifts with another one of these little skinny labels and an icon from the kit. I marked that I went to Joe's. Then with a half box and these glasses from the kit, I marked that I just helped him with some stuff around his apartment. I don't even remember what we did. Moving on to Tuesday, the first thing I marked with a flag and this Planning Roses laptop was that I did some work. Then with a little thing and this bullseye, I marked that I went to the dollar spot at Target with a squared off box and this cat hugging a little munchkin. I marked that I had to go to PetSmart to get a hard carrier. They told me literally the day before I was taking Janet in to get spayed that they need hard like hard cat carriers. You can't bring her in a soft one, and I only had a soft one, so I had to go just anywhere to buy one. With the movie marquee from the kit, I marked that Joe and I went to see Resident Evil, which I really liked. We both really liked it. We went in with pretty low expectations and had a great time. And also, while we were at the movies, we got my free birthday popcorn. So under that, I marked with a fancy label and this popcorn sticker from, again, a kit. This is like leftovers. I marked that the popcorn was cold, which was like a huge bummer because movie theater popcorn is a huge splurge. So like if you're eating that much grease and salt, you want it to be good, right? So anyway, that was a bummer. Under that, with this little book and a little thing, I marked that I got free books, which was cool. Just from a friend. She gave me a bunch of books that I actually wanted to read. Then with another little thing and this tired munchkin, the last thing I marked on Tuesday was that I was up all night. Moving on to Wednesday, the first thing that I marked with another little skinny squared off label and this Sweet Kawaii design cat, I marked that Janet's appointment was incredibly early and also not near me. It was like a 40-minute drive. So we were both up really early to go to that. With an appointment label and this whatever munchkin, I marked that the guy I needed to meet was 20 minutes late, which was really annoying. I did her spaying through the adoption agency where I got her just because they had the best price, and it's like hard to get an appointment because I don't know, I guess people were still like adopting a lot of cats around this time. I'm sure they still are, I'm not really sure. But anyway, so that was just the easiest, but that meant I had to go out of my way and I had to specifically go to this one guy who worked with the adoption center and sort of was like the middleman between me and the vet. And yeah, he was 20 minutes late, which, it's fine. It's just sucked because I was so tired and I rushed because I hate being late to things. With a little thing and this shopping bag from some other random kit, I marked that I went to Dollar Tree afterward. And then with a little thing and this munchkin sleeping in an easy chair, I marked that I passed out once I got back. With a fancy label and a little laptop that again was like deco from another kit, I marked that I worked. Then with a half box and this Papershire car, I marked that there was tons of traffic when I had to go get Janet, and on the way back home, it was awful. With a skinny squared label, I marked, and Carly Plants TV, I marked that we watched SNL. With one of the work labels from the kit that I just covered up the word work, and this Tara eating a burger, I marked that we got McDonald's. And then the final thing on Wednesday with a little clock icon from the kit and a little thing, I marked that I was up all night again, just keeping an eye on Janet. Moving on to Thursday, the first thing I marked with a squared off label and another drama queen Tara was that I woke up at 3 p.m. again because I stayed up all night and my sleep schedule was literal trash. And that was like really getting me down because I basically had an hour of daylight and then the sun would go down, so it was really cool. With another work sticker label and a Tara rushing to work, I marked that I had to rush home because I woke up so late. With a flag from the kit and another Planning Rose's laptop, I marked that I worked. With another squared off label and this munchkin putting on makeup, I marked that I was getting ready for my birthday dinner with my mom and my grandmother and Joe. And then under that, with a squared off box and this heartbroken munchkin, I marked that someone smashed my window and stole a package out of my car. I keep my car very, very empty. I was only in my apartment for 2 hours between like 3:30 and 5:30, just to like answer my work emails and get ready. And then we were going to dinner. We walked over to my car and my back window was smashed and I had a package that I was going to mail in my back seat and it was gone, of course. And they had thrown like I don't know how it is in your state, but in Philadelphia specifically, we no longer can use plastic bags, so I constantly have reusable shopping bags in my car, and I shove them like in the seat, like what's it called? You know how some seats, the back of them have like a sleeve and you can shove things in there. Anyway, they had thrown all of that all over the place, and like my hand sanitizer and like tissues and the other stuff I keep in my car was just like everywhere. So that totally broke me. So I ended up canceling on my mom and my grandmother because I just did not have it in me to go meet with them. I did not want to go for the hour-long drive. Like, it's, again, another one of those things where I know it's for them, but it's like, I can't do it. Under that, with a little thing and a paw print that I got on a sticker sheet from, I think, Michael's, I marked that Janet's little garment came. She was having a really hard time with the cone. She couldn't figure out how to like walk around things. She was having trouble eating, which was also really upsetting me. So I got her like a little onesie, and that helped a lot. This is sort of where you can see the stickers not matching very well. Like the red little thing and then the green one under that are not from the kit. So with this little thing and a munchkin cleaning up the litter, I marked that I cleaned the litter with a fancy label, and this drink that was like a freebie from a million years ago, I marked that my plans were canceled, obviously, and I had a drink really quick because I was like, I deserve it. With a squared off box and these munchkins at dinner, I marked that eventually after I calmed down, Joe was like, well, you still need to eat. I have a coupon. Let's go to Ruby Tuesday. So we went to Ruby Tuesday and we just got like food to go. With a quarter box, and this is like a lazy day sticker, but I just cut off the words from the bottom just to use the little couch. I marked that I helped Joe try to pick a couch because the IKEA is right next to the Ruby Tuesday. Moving on to Friday, the first thing I marked with a squared off box and this future me problems munchkin head was that I was doing some hardcore procrastinating. Then with a little thing and a little broom and dust pan from, I think, Scribble Prints Co., I marked that I swept. With another label from the kit and another Planning Roses laptop, I marked that I worked. With a quarter box and this FaceTime emoji, I marked that I FaceTimed with Rosie from Rosie Plans. With another flag from the kit and this YouTube laptop, I think also from SPC, I marked that I watched YouTube. And then with the 3-heart checklist from the kit, I marked that I couldn't sleep, so I did some more online Christmas shopping. And I just used this little munchkin elf to mark that. Moving on to Saturday, the first thing I marked with a squared off box and this Red Bull sticker from Design Ski Sticker Co. I marked that I pulled a very unwanted all-nighter again. With this, I guess it's a squared off box, or I actually think it's 2 fancy labels that I taped together. Yeah, that's what it is. And this mechanic sticker, I marked that I had to get my window fixed at 8 in the morning, so I went to Safe Light to do that. With a skinny squared off label and another piece of deco from some other kit, I marked that I had to wait for my car. They didn't have a waiting room, so I walked to a coffee shop and I had a chai latte, and they had it was a nice coffee shop with seating inside, so I ordered that and just waited in there for my car to be done. With another one of the 3-heart checklists and this cursing Tara, I marked that I got effed over by Safe Light. Of course I did. I had used a coupon when I paid online and I had prepaid. And then when I got there, the guy told me that they had accidentally scratched the piece of glass that they put in, so he knocked another $20 off for me, and he was really nice and everything was great. So I left, and then when I got home and I looked at my email, I had an additional charge added that they didn't tell me about, and I still don't know what it was for. Basically, it canceled out the coupon that I used. They added a second maintenance fee, even though I already paid the maintenance fee, and so that was a nightmare. With a skinny squared off label and this munchkin in front of a gingerbread house, I marked that Joe and I were supposed to go to a murder mystery party this day. And then under that, with a fancy label and this munchkin crying and being comforted, I marked that Janet was not eating or drinking. And it was really making me nervous because I looked it up, and if a cat is not eating or drinking after they get spayed, it could be because of like serious complications. So I was a complete mess, just bawling my eyes out and just staring at her, like watching her, and like I was putting water on my finger and trying to get it into her mouth. Then with a little thing and another paw print, I marked that I called a bunch of vets and nobody could see her. And I was about to take her to an emergency vet, but before that, I went to PetSmart. So I marked that with a little thing and a can of food from Carly Plans. I marked that I bought every single type of wet food and like kitten milk I could find, just to see if she would eat any of it. And then with a little thing and this cloud from, I think, Papershire. I'm sorry, I should have checked. I marked that it rained. And then the final thing for Saturday with a quarter box and this Tara holding a cat, I marked that she was okay. I purchased these like beef flavored water drops and I put them in her water, and then I gave her kitten milk, and that was, I guess, appetizing enough for her, because what ends up happening is they don't drink. And then I don't remember what it is, but basically that makes them feel worse, which causes them to drink less. So I was freaking out. But yeah, she drank the milk, she drank the water, and she started like acting more normal. So I was just so relieved. Moving on to Sunday, the first thing I marked with a little thing and this crying munchkin. I marked that I didn't sleep again for obvious reasons. I was just staring at my cat all night, freaking out. With a squared off box and this happy munchkin with a cat, I marked that she had enough energy and she wanted to play this day. So that's like finally when I could like relax a little bit, and she was eating and drinking and everything was fine. Yeah, like every vet I talked to was like, just, you need to get her to drink, because when she drinks, then she'll start feeling better and like drink more, basically. And that's what happened. So it was a huge relief. With this, I think this is from Blackbeard Prints or Murdoch Talks, I can't remember, but this little desk sticker and actually one of the date covers, I marked that I had to send some emails. Then with a squared off skinny label and this angry munchkin, I marked that I hate Christmas. I don't remember why I hated it, but I'm sure for like just all the reasons. With a little thing and an emoji with like some cramps or a stomach ache, I marked that I had a stomach ache. With a fancy label and this munchkin head with glasses, I marked that I had to bring Joe his planner because he left it at my apartment. With a little thing and a stack of books from Planting Roses, I marked that I read one chapter of my book, and then I immediately passed out, which I marked with another little thing and this little pillow left over from a kit. So yeah, that is everything for this plan with me. I also want to apologize for the terrible lighting in this video. I started filming it while the sun was out, and I thought that sunset was at like 8:30, and it technically was, but the sun disappeared from my room at like 7:30. So yeah, the lighting is all kinds of not great. So I do apologize for that. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this plan with me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.